one thing that I love doing is checking out trends and seeing forecasts and looking at different models and making sure I am ahead of the trend, or I can see where stuff moves to, so I know I'm not going to be stuck holding the bag. And today we're going to talk about some trends that I see with the state of Florida that are not great at all. So I just saw this report that Florida is paying their teachers the least amount in the nation. So that is insane. When you think about it, is what jobs are the most important for the next generations to come? Is teachers, right? So now you're looking at teachers are making the least amount of money in the state of Florida. And for me, that shows a sign that this is not good. I know Nevada has like really bad school systems. We're like probably 50th, but we have private schools and all that, and I don't have kids. So I'm not too worried about that. But in this video, we're going to chat about the whole state is going to collapse pretty soon here. And how do I know that? Let's jump in a few videos from the news.
Homeowners here at the Villas of Carillon tell me they were pleasantly surprised when earlier this year their HOA fees didn't go up. They weren't as pleasantly surprised when earlier this month they got a letter saying they would all have to pay up $60,000 to fully fund their reserves.
I was in shock.
Okay, that was the first one. Let's check out another one.
That was until they were recently hit with a special assessment. The total assessment for the apartment we're sitting in is what?
Approximately $224,000.
When you say that number, can you believe it?
No, not at all.
That's on top of their monthly maintenance that's gone from $1,500 to $3,000.
We never anticipated to.
Okay, you saw another one. Let's look at another one.
Money Matters on Fox 59. We all know money is tight these days, and a new housing study shows just how tight.
Yeah, because half of Americans are struggling right now to make their house payment. And we have some questions. Fox 59 Zach Myers joining us with a closer look at what else this survey is showing, Zach.
Yeah, so if you're feeling stressed out about money right now, at least you know you're not alone. According to this study by real estate brokerage firm Redfin, 49% of Americans are struggling and making sacrifices to make their monthly housing payments.
Okay, you saw another one. Let's look at another one.
Local drivers we talked with, already shelling out money for licenses, registrations, and other vehicle expenses, tell us they're feeling it in the wallet. Your insurance rates went up?
Yes, it did. How bad? Maybe 25%.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
This year specifically, it went up significantly, and we drive older model cars, so.
Oh, wow, huh? Everything's going to shit down there. So let's look at it. So we have high unemployment, high food costs, very high living costs, high car insurance costs, and low wages. So what can go better? What can go wrong if you have everything is really high, the expenses are so high, and your salary is so low? And people say, oh, you can't compare this to California because California, has also, is also kind of always ranked like number one with a lot of things, but it's also ranked really high of income. So when you have a lot of income, you can do a lot of stupid things with income, right? You can have high taxes, high cost of living because you have high salaries. But when you do not have high salaries, you can't have everything else as high. And now with migration data like this, how is this going to be sustainable for people that want to retire or even buy? So let me know in the comments below, what do you think gonna happen next? Because first of all, I feel like you need to have good education, you need to have teachers, you need to be a place where it's business friendly, you need to have all these things going. And Florida had that going for a long time where they had done things right. And now with natural disasters and all that kind of things, it's almost bringing the state to its own collapse, right? And having low wages isn't helping at all. Low wages is actually killing the whole thing, right? Because if you can bump up the wages just like California does, then you're pretty decent off because you can outwork the high costs, so to speak, right? So the more you kind of then work at a high paying job, the more you make, and then you kind of outwork the high living costs and all that other stuff. But it's not the case, right? So when teachers aren't going to get paid and all that, that's not a good sign for the state, right? Because when you're not making money, but everything around you is going so crazy up, that is so unreasonable that you got to move out. And what I said is I love picking up on trends. So now the question is for me is, are these people gonna leave that cannot pay their high HOA special assessment? Let me know in the comments what you would do, or if you're in the state, or even if you're in the state of Florida and are actually thinking about moving. Let me know where you want to move, um, so I can have get myself some educated some more. But this is what I'm seeing, and when I see all these things come together, it brews that perfect storm. And if Florida had one of the highest wages, like next to California, I'd be like, you know what? I wouldn't have to make this video because you guys be fine. But since you guys do not have the highest wages, it's not looking good. And when you see the data of of house prices, from the bottom of COVID, and they speak, they're back to pre-pandemic levels. That's all right. But you're in hurricane season now, right? And you guys just had floodings over there. And now we're going to see how this hurricane season turns out. Because if there's another big hurricane, is it going to break the camel's back and break the whole state? I think so. I think it's going to be detrimental, because insurance companies can't always, you can't have insurance company rebuild your house and again over and over and over again every few years because you live in a state. Then your homeowners insurance need to be $20,000 a month, because every 2 years or every 5 to 10 years you get a brand new house. So it is not feasible to do that. And I feel like, and this is an opinion, and let me know if you guys agree with this, is that it's coming to be the state of the super wealthy, of the Jeff Bezos, in Miami. If you're making, and my whole video is about people in the middle class like me, and not about the super wealthy. Because if you're super wealthy, I don't think you care. If you're a business owner making, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, what is a property tax bill of $20,000, $30,000, $50,000? What is a special assessment for, $100,000? You probably have that saved up, right? Or you can take a loan out and pay it off in a few months. That's not that bad, I would say, if you're a high income earner. But if you're living off of Florida wages, like teachers, and aren't making anything, or a truck driver, and are kind of like the backbone of Florida and the whole economy, it's these jobs that provide stable income, that provide the state with necessary tools like food, and you haul stuff around, right? And you guys get no glory. You guys get you only get the short end of the stick, because they don't like you, they are not paying you enough, and they're not appreciating you. So what are you going to do? Are you going to leave, or are you going to stay? Because my thing always is you got to go there where they appreciate you. And for me, when I had my business during COVID in California, and they gave all these PPP loans to everybody, and they left my business out and didn't give my business a PPP loan, I moved to Nevada. I did. I left Nevada and I moved to Las Vegas. I left California, Santa Cruz, and I moved to Las Vegas. And I'm really happy I did. This place has treated me really nicely. I have low property taxes, no state income taxes. The city is doing all the right things, in my opinion, to further its agenda to become a hotspot for entertainment. We have Hollywood stuff coming. We have Brightline investing here. We have so many companies that are investing here, and the state is just kind of growing. And I know, we're a small state, but I feel like we have such potential. And as I told somebody else in the comments, that I feel like this is like Las Vegas is like the America of America. So when I dreamed about the American dream in the US, I didn't dream about Florida or California. I kind of dreamed about Las Vegas. And it's crazy because most people don't get it. Most people don't understand it. And but they only think that little strip, that little mile on the strip is what you do. But it's so much more than that. And I love it. So, and it's not that expensive to live in. So that is a whole nother thing that we picked because it was between Nevada and Florida. Those were the two states that were on the roster for us to move to. I think Arizona was also in there because we kind of liked Phoenix too, and we almost bought something in Florida because I was like torn about it. But then I'm really glad I didn't. And I probably, if I had disposable income and I was making buku bucks, just money out of, I can just almost print money, I'd buy something in Florida because money doesn't matter. But I'm not in a situation like that. So I probably can't do that. Only if you hit the like and subscribe button so I can make some money off of this video, then I might be able to. But even then, I probably wouldn't because it's just not feasible. The prices are too high. The economy trajectory isn't that great. I'm curiously interested if the trajectory of the influx of people, the graph I showed you before, is gonna change or if it's gonna stay. So this was a video. Let me know what you guys think about it. I think Paradise should cost some money. I'm not sure if it's worth the steep price that people are paying now. So I'm super interested to hear what you guys are saying. And this is around my house where I live. It is gorgeous. And I never thought I'd live in the desert. I do now. And let me know if you guys have any questions or if you have a better graph to show or anything else, let me know.